not going to supply any current. This is simple. But when I'm going to supply electric, this fan goes rotate. But how? When this is a simple wire, there is no magnet. But when we supply the electric current, this wire will become electromagnet. Same as it is. और इसको जैसे ही मैंने बॉटम पुश किया तो ये फैन रोटेट करने लगा। ये जानने की कोशिश, ये फैन क्यों रोटेट करता है और कैसे रोटेट करता है। टुडे आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ हाउ डज फैन रोटेट। टू थिंग्स, one is magnet and second is electromagnet. One is magnet and the second is electromagnet. I have a wire. When we supply the current in a wire, this is a wire. When we supply electric current, this wire change into electromagnet. When this is a simple wire, there is no magnet. But when we supply the electric current, this wire will become electromagnet. Same as it is going to supply any current. This is simple. But when I'm going to supply electric, this fan goes rotate. But how? So first of all, you have to know that magnet. I'm just asking that this is a natural magnet. But this electromagnet is man-made electromagnet. And this wire magnetized with the help of supply electric. So there are two methods to understand what is magnet and what is electromagnet. But when we supply the electric current, this wire will become electromagnet. So we have we need two components to rotate the fan. Keep quiet inside the fan. So this is a magnet and this electromagnet created by electric supply. So it will in this, I'm just giving a little example to understand, not going to elaborate. This is a coil, a number of turns of the coil. Okay, when we increase the number of the coil, so magnet will be increased. When we will decrease the number of the coils, so the magnet will be decreased. So this is a natural magnet and this is an electric magnet. When we supply, okay, suppose this is off condition. When we supply the current, so this wire will become electromagnet. And we have already, this is already keep inside the motor magnet. So this magnet push this. So this is also magnetized. So this also push. So in this process, I'm just giving a little example. I'm not giving example right hand Fleming's rule, left hand Fleming's rule. There are lots of rules. I'm not going to asking because most of the students, they can confuse. So I'm giving just a little bit example to understand this. When we supply the current, so this wire will become magnet and we have already magnet. So in this process, they push each other and the pushing each other. So the fan will start to rotate. This is not a big issue. This is very basic example. How does your fan rotate? First, you have to understand the concept of magnet. Second, we have to understand what is electromagnet and how does this magnetize. So you have a simple wire. When we supply current, so this wire will become electromagnet. But simple wire give you simple magnet and the number of turns of the coil will give you lots of magnets. So can you ever think about that in your home, a motor, how does it work? So have you ever seen that the number of the coils inside the motor? Why we are using the number of the coils inside? Because it produces heavy magnet. If we are not going to use the number of the turns of the coil, so they have a weak magnet, weak electromagnet produced. So simple, if I have a wire and if wire having some current supply, so this is magnet, but this electromagnet is weak. And same as it is, if I am going to use number of the turns of the coil, like heavy amount of the coil rotate, and this electromagnet will become a strong magnet, and that's the power. And they are having a power to rotate the fan. I hope you understand the concept of magnet and electromagnet. What is electromagnet? When anything produce magnet with the help of electricity is called electromagnet. And this magnet, as we can say that this is a natural magnet, but when we combine both, then it works just like a motor or dynamo and whatever. Thank you so much for watching.